Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. As we get you set for the latest news, insight, and analysis as game time approaches, the BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view the full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now, let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, fans exiting the arena behind us, session one is in the books. I might be a little hot. I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit here.
Yeah, what a crazy day so far.
Abe Jackson joining us. You'll be hearing him and Bob Beeler. Coming up about 6:30, about 35 minutes on 670 KBUI. A little bit of an early start today. We're out here in the Concourse as well. Some Mountain West tournament regulations. We can't be in the bowl right now, but hopefully Colin Mitchell will join us with a look at warm-ups here shortly. But this is Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. BJ Rains with you for Bronco Nation News. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel, Bronco Nation News. It's just youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. We'd love to have you on there. And you can click the little notification button so you know when we go live for shows like this. And Abe, you made the trek up from your nice plush courtside seat to join us for a couple minutes here. But two games today, two exciting games.
Wild.
You had some exciting games yesterday. I mean, so far this Mountain West tournament is living up to the hype.
Well, and how about San Jose State just pulled off the win against Nevada. You have the player of the year, and Omari Moore goes off for over 20. Coach of the year in Tim Miles, and just I think everybody in this arena, maybe everybody except for Nevada fans, were probably pulling for San Jose State. They have been just so bad the last few years, and they're having a great season now. I think they've won 4 in a row now. I think they ended 3 in a row at the end of the conference season, and then they win this game. So it's been a great year for San Jose State, and that does nothing but help the conference when they're good.
Yeah, what we said is first time they've ever even been in the quarterfinals. First time they ever even get a win. Even when they were in the first round game yesterday,
right,
on Wednesday, they never won a game. They never got to the quarterfinals. They've now won a game. They had the bye for the first time in program history. And here is San Jose State and Tim Miles in the semifinals of the Mountain West tournament.
I think the last time they won a conference tournament game was when they were in the WAC, and it was either 11-12 or 12-13.
Wow.
So it's been close to a decade since they've even won any game in their conference tournament, and that was not even in the Mountain West.
Wow. So you got San Diego State. They won a close one as well with Colorado State in the first
Colorado
game.
State gave them everything they can handle, but San Diego State, one thing I'll say about the Aztecs is that if you get a tournament game and it's close at the end, I'll have my money on the Aztecs unless it's Boise State. But against anybody else, they know how to close. They know how to win. They've just done it so much.
Well, so the first semifinal is set. It'll be 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 in Boise for the first game tomorrow night. Number 1 seed San Diego State and number 5 seed San Jose State. The first, I guess, quote-unquote upset of the tournament. Nevada was about a 5-point favorite in this game as well. And we will shortly start to fill out the rest of the bracket with Boise State getting set to take on UNLV here in about an hour or so. And it's the game that I guess probably helped the computer rankings, Abe, from that standpoint in terms of a little higher ranked team, maybe less chance of a quote unquote bad loss if you were to lose to Air Force, but not exactly an easy draw for the number 2 seed in the tournament to play a team that's got some mojo on their home floor.
Yeah, they can. But I think what's on the Broncos side is that they've beat them by 18 in this building earlier in the year, but I don't have any illusion that the Broncos are going to shoot 72% in the second half again.
Were they like 14 threes that game too?
Yeah, it was a crazy second half for the Broncos. But, I think the Broncos are favored. I mean, they're a better team than UNLV. And so everything points that the Broncos should win. And I think it would take a subpar game from the Broncos and a little bit better than par game from UNLV if the Rebels to get a win. But I like the Broncos. I like how they look. I like how they're playing right now. So go Broncos.
Elijah Harkless had 35 yesterday. Boise State's done a decent job in the 2 meetings containing him. That's going to be a big key tonight.
Well, Boise State's done a nice job on leading scorers on really every team except San Jose State and Omari Moore. But usually they make the leading scorers either get to their average but have to take 18 to 20 shots to do it, or they hold them under the average. Harkless, I believe, from 3 is 1 of 9 in the 2 meetings against Boise State, and he has been way under his average in both of those meetings. So the Broncos kind of know how to get it done. But like you said, UNLV, they are technically at home, and they're a team that maybe that playing in that first round for them can get them hot because they are a very streaky team.
Well, they're coming off the nice win over Nevada, too, in Reno.
Yeah.
Who knows if that means quite as much now that we see Nevada continued its by the way, Nevada punching its NIT ticket, correct?
I think so.
They've lost 3 in a row now at Wyoming, to UNLV, and now to San Jose. I think
they were one had them in the last 4 in, one had them in the first 4 out. So I think you lose in the first round of your tournament, you're hosting some NIT games.
So that's an opportunity for Utah State as well in the final game tonight against New Mexico to kind of cement their spot. And who knows, maybe New Mexico goes on a run and tries to get back in the picture here as well.
Yeah, well, the Mountain West has a bunch of scorers in this league. Omari Moore, big-time scorer and carried his team. E.J. Harkless, big-time scorer, had a bunch of points in their first win. And then New Mexico, there's 2 guards. They can score with anybody pretty much in the country in their duo. They could probably put up 20 apiece. So there are some scorers in this league. And when it comes tournament time, those big names, they got to shine bright. And hopefully for Boise State, I think one of the keys is that Degenhart and Rice play well every game in this type of tournament.
He's Abe Jackson. You can hear him with Bob Beeler coming up in about an hour, 670 KBOI, with the game broadcast against the pregame show at the bottom of the hour at 6:30 Mountain Time, correct, in about a half an hour. Abe, the number 6 all-time leading scorer in Boise State history, and we always appreciate him. It's been fun this year having you, Abe. I don't know how many games we got left, but I'm glad we're able to make this happen.
Oh, this has been good. I love what BNN does. It reaches out to kind of a different audience than anyone has before, and you had a nice gathering at Circa last night. There was, 30, 40 people that came through, and Jeremiah Dickey showed up, and a lot of the admin people that are here, and it was a nice get together at Circa.
I wasn't going to show it, but I have the I guess it's not loading right now. Yeah, I have. You made an appearance there as well, and we had a good crowd at Circa overlooking the sports book, and I saw you talking to the BSU pimp a little bit. It was a good time. Marcus Shaver Jr.'s mom was there. I got to meet Najee Smith's mom as well. I found out that our friend Nathaniel Wilder, who always wears the big floppy hat, I actually found out that he used to be Buster Bronco.
Yeah.
I never knew that until yesterday. But
it was nice. It was good. And there's a bunch of people there, and it just shows that Boise State passion is there, and BNN does a lot to do with that.
What do you make of Jeremiah Dickey's glasses there, man? He was getting into it there, having some fun.
You're here for a tournament time. You got to have some fun, right? Get the crowd what they want. They don't want an athletic director that shows up to something like this who's in a suit and tie and just shakes hands, right? Get the polo on, go a little crazy, have a good time. The fans love that.
Well, we mentioned Elijah Harkless. He's going to be a key, but what else is key for Boise State in this game?
Well, in tournaments, you always have to rebound. Every single game, you have to rebound. We saw it in the San Jose State game just that was on. If they could have gotten a defensive rebound at the end of the game, they could have put that away a lot sooner than they did. But I think there's 2 things. One, you have to have your main guys show up every single game. And for Boise State, like I said, I think that's Degenhart, and I think that's Max Rice. And 2, you have to rebound. If those things happen, I think Boise State's going to be playing on Saturday.
It's a little grainy, I apologize, but you can see Boise State out there on the court warming up in the white uniforms. They'll be in the home whites tonight as the number 2 seed. Abe, it's one and done in tournament play. Obviously, Boise State won the tournament last year, and somebody asked Leon the other day, what'd you learn from winning the tournament? He said, well, I learned it's nice that the guy misses the last second shot, and you win that first game.
Twice that happened to get them.
If Nevada had missed that shot, you're out in the first round, and then San Diego State as well. So sometimes it is the bounce of the ball. But what are some of the keys for Boise State to try to not only get past tonight, but make a run here?
Well, I think the defense on E.J. Harkless is one of the main things in tonight's game against UNLV because he's their main scorer. He can go off for 30 or 40 points, and you got to hold him under his average for sure. But then also in the tournament, I think you have to get off to a pretty good start. It's the first game for Boise State. It's the second game for UNLV. There's always that argument. Would you rather get your feet wet and get your feet under you? I would always like a bye. Every single time I would like to have a bye. You play less games overall, but it can help. It can help getting your feet wet. And it's for a streaky team like UNLV, having that first game, that could make it a little more tough.
What are the I know you mentioned Tyson and Max both need to play well. You got to stay out of foul trouble, obviously. Shaver finally was starting to get to the foul line a little bit and do some things the last couple of games. You'd like to see that continue, but specifically tonight, what are your keys to the game?
Well, I think the key one is rebounding and having your guys show up, Dagenhart and Rice specifically, but then the bench. If you can get 8 to 10 points from the bench, then that would be huge because that does a couple things. One, it gives you 8 to 10 points, and that always helps. But two, it allows you to rest some of your starters. And if you're going to play 3 games in 3 days. I know the coaches say 1 game at a time, and they should. I'm not, so I'm going to look at the whole entire tournament. You're going to play 3 games in 3 days, hopefully, and the Broncos play like 90% of the minutes and 90% of the scoring is from their starters. If you can get some good bench play, especially in this first game, and maybe not play your starters 35, 38 minutes, I think that would help down the road.
And final thing, Abe, I mean, just the importance of this game. Do you feel Boise State is safely in the field? Do they need to win this game tonight? What's your thoughts on what this means big picture for next week?
I think they need to win it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're still in if they didn't win it, especially with Nevada losing. Now, if Nevada had a won and Utah State win and Boise State loses, I think that would be a little tricky. But Boise State wins this game, and they're not in Dayton. They are in the field almost guaranteed, I feel. So there's a lot riding on this game. Not only the conference championship and making your way towards Saturday, but also the NCAA tournament back-to-back years.
Well, 25 minutes, the pregame show, 670 KBOI, and then the game broadcast top of the hour at 7 o'clock. You and Bob Beeler, 670. So appreciate your time as always, Abe. I hope we're both doing this about
2 more times.
9:10 Mountain Time tomorrow night, unfortunately. Right. It's going to be a late night, but let's do it 2 more times this weekend. And then maybe 2 more times next weekend, too.
Wow, now look at you looking ahead.
How about that?
You're not a 1 game at a time guy either.
I said hopefully we can do that, but appreciate it, Abe.
Yeah, man.
There he is, Abe Jackson. Hey, special thanks to Cutwater Spirits. We're going to bring Jeremiah Dickey on here in just a couple of minutes as well, the Boise State Athletic Director. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or a grocery store. Perfect time tonight to have one during the game. RoePaint.com, our title sponsor here at Bronco Nation News, roepaint.com. You can pick one up, and it just throws the promo code BNN15. The promo code BNN15 gets you 15% off the interior painting of your home. And Lithia Ford of Boise, the title sponsor of our pre- and post-game shows here. Lithia Ford of Boise, you can head on in, and they will purchase a used vehicle from you. Even if you don't buy from them, you can purchase a used vehicle from Lithia Ford and do what the Raines family did. Very happy with our F-150 from Lithia, and you can do the same as well at Lithia Ford of Boise. Get more information. Check out the full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordofboise.com. Very thankful to have the athletic director at Boise State, Jeremiah Dickey, stopping by for a few minutes. Thanks for coming over, man. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. It's I've been pumped all day, so it's
not for the game
night.
To come on the show here, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for the show first and then the game, BJ.
What just being down here the last couple of days, and you had some events and things, and just seeing a lot of the fans, and what's the level of excitement for you in this athletic department and this team?
Well, one, I enjoyed seeing you last night. Blue Collar Club, they delivered in a great event, and to sell out of our allotment and just to see the excitement around basketball. I'm really proud of what this team's done, and I'm very grateful for Bronco Nation. It's been an exciting week so far, and looking forward to tonight.
We did have a big crowd last night that was there, and then I got to give you some props for the glasses here. I don't know what happened to those, or if you'll be sporting those tonight, but they looked good on you, man.
Yeah, well, I need to be more careful at the videos I take with fans and some of the pictures. You know, I saw Women's Golf put a picture out of me, and I thought that was in the trust tree. You know
what? I thought you got a lot of positive comments for it. There's not many ADs that would have been doing that, and you guys came all the way across town last night. We saw you on Channel 7 as well, so we appreciate you for doing that last night. But what's it like for an athletic director this time of year? And I don't know if you're trying to lobby people on the committee, or if you're trying to do your own research, or obviously I'm sure you're just as interested as fans are in terms of not only the status, but what seed potentially you guys could be, what range, what city you might go to next week. Are you safely in? Are you not? What's kind of as the athletic director, what are your days like this time of year?
Yeah, like most things, I try to control what I can, and quite honestly, I think our season speaks for itself. So in terms of politicking, and I believe we're in. Obviously, we have a game to play tonight, and we have championship expectations. And so, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. But I do believe we're in, and it's exciting to be in Vegas. You have all these other conference tournaments going on. Great opportunity to network and to connect with many of our partners and vendors that are in Vegas today or in Vegas this week, I should say. And so very productive and busy week. We're not hanging around the hotel and sleeping in. It's a lot of work and grateful for our team that's here.
What does this say about Leon Rice and his staff this year to lose 3 starters off last year's team, to have a historic year like they did last year, but then back it up again this year and prove that it wasn't just a one-year wonder and get to the number 2 seed in the conference tournament, likely going back to the NCAA tournament. That'll be the second time in program history, back-to-back years if it happens. What does that say just to obviously, you guys gave him the new contract last year, rewarded him with that, but it seems like this year kind of validated last year again and just continue to take this program to new heights.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about Coach Rice, but you look at his career here, quite honestly, I don't believe he's gotten enough credit. I think this is 10, 20-win seasons. And in his time as a Bronco, one season he got 19 wins, and it was COVID related. And I think we had 5 or 6 games canceled that year. And so Leon's elite, and that staff is putting the time, energy, and effort in the offseason to continue this level of consistency. This is not a surprise to us. We saw it last year. I believe I said it last year. This is the expectation that Coach Rice has, and my job is to help serve that program and continue to invest in it.
And speaking of investing in it, I know Cody Gogler tweeted that you guys were, within $1 million or something, or getting close in terms of the facility over there. The drawings look awesome in terms of the redoing some space that wasn't being used, kind of in between the practice gym and the arena, into the coaches' offices and the gym and all that. I guess I don't know if I kind of put you on the spot here, but I don't know if there's anything you can say in terms of the status of that, and just we've seen all the beautiful drawings.
Yeah.
Is that practice facility thing part of the in arena thing, or are those 2 separate projects? And what is the status of all that?
2 separate projects.
Okay.
We said it early on, $300 million for the Playbook for Success. And I know a lot of people necessarily didn't think that was reality, but we're going to chip away at this. And so when you look at the North End Zone facility that we've gotten approval on, design build, and now this auxiliary gym that's connected to Extra Mile and Arganchona, I'm really excited. There's some steps that we still need to take, and we still need to continue to fundraise, and we're going to continue to do that. That never stops, but we are very close. And that gym in and of itself is going to be so impactful for men's and women's basketball. And it's going to open up opportunities for our BA team and how we monetize. I mean, it ties into my philosophy in general of the events that we do on an annual basis, and how do we take advantage of it? It's not just a basketball facility. It could potentially host pregame events. It is our club while we fundraise for Extra Mile and ultimately go through the process to get that approved. I'm still very much learning the state process, but we are closer than we were yesterday, and that's progress, and that's all I ask.
And I know it's kind of the chicken or the egg. Sometimes you need to have the success before the donors want to give the money. Sometimes you have to have the money, which leads to the success. But it seems like you guys are doing both at the same time here, and it's all kind of working out hand in hand.
It is. I mean, that's part of the storytelling. We are going to be relentless, and that starts with me. And there's a lot of work still to be done. But I look at the last 2 years and the progress that we've made, and how people are buying in and stepping up. I mean, you look at the blue collar, which ties into every dollar counts, and then you look at the number of $1 million plus gifts, and there's a number of asks currently out or that will be made over the next semester. And with the launching of the capital campaign, we will not stop. And this is part of the plan. And we planned this early on in my tenure here, and we're just working that plan as we move forward. And that excites me.
A couple of final things here for Jeremiah Dickey, Boise State's athletic director, nice enough to join us here on the pregame show. And, you mentioned the investment too. You guys in each of the last 2 years have added a full-time staff member to men's basketball. And I was kind of the one that had been, I don't think a lot of people realize, for a while there, Boise State had the lowest full-time staff in the entire Mountain West when it comes to basketball. The operating budget was like 7th or 8th in the league. I mean, and I know fans just called it excuses when they would lose and that it didn't, that kind of stuff didn't matter. But I think you're seeing more charter flights and more staff members, and all that stuff is adding up, and that stuff does matter.
It absolutely matters. And it's not just men's basketball, it's women's basketball, it's all of our sport programs. We have 18 sport programs, and we have one of the lower budgets in the conference. But what I want to make sure that our team really embraces, that I don't care what we have, whatever we don't have, we're going to go out and find. And we are who we are, and we're going to embrace that, and we're going to make it the best possible situation we can as we continue to serve these 350 plus student athletes. That puts a lot on our team in terms of fundraising, but that's why we've hit the ground running, and we're not going to stop. And I believe every dollar matters because we're investing it right back into our program. And you're seeing that play out in terms of charter flights, and not just for the men's program, but the women's program and our other sport programs. And I'm really excited about that, because now whatever belief that I had to have for everyone else, now you're seeing others believe with me. And it truly takes a team, and we are making progress. And I hope Bronco Nation understands that. And this is just the beginning.
Now, the fans get nervous sometimes. They're pacing in their living room. They're having a cut water, whatever they got to do to try to calm down. But when you're in the stands here, I mean, can you just sit and watch the game, or do you get a little nervous in these tournament games?
Honestly, I'm a wreck inside. I didn't sleep well last night. I don't sleep much anyways, but you take on what the team is experiencing. I care very much about these kids. They mean everything to me, and I take it very seriously, and I'm always looking for ways to get better. But during our games, I'm a wreck, because I know how much it means to them. I know how hard they've worked on and off the court, and so it's hard not to embrace that. You get to know their family and friends, and I try to hug them after games and connect with them outside of events. And as an AD, you're responsible for 350 plus student athletes. It's hard to connect to all of them, and so I take advantage of these opportunities to show them that we're here for the right reasons, and that we're going to continue to do everything we can to improve their situation. And I love them to death. I love them. Yeah,
I enjoyed meeting Najee Smith's mom last night at the event, and Marcus Shaver's family was there, and so that has been I met Tyson Degenhardt's uncle as well. Yeah, it's been cool to see their journey in this as well, and I know a lot of them watch the shows and stuff. Jeremiah, I appreciate your time. I know your dad's here with you. That's got to be cool for you as well.
You think about when you become an AD, the benefits that come along with it, and some of that is sharing with your family. I'm not here without them, and some of my first sport memories were with him at UTEP games, and so it's cool for him to come and experience this with me, and very grateful for Bronco Nation, how they embrace him, because he eats it up. So,
well, I'm looking forward. We got kids in the same Little League coming up, so we'll see if we can. I don't know if he's a pitcher or something. Just tell him to take it easy on my son when he's batting, but should be fun. We'll probably see you at the ball field, but appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll see you for 2 more days down here, and then somewhere nice for the tournament next week as well.
Thank you, BJ. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Jeremiah Dickey, Boise State's athletic director, nice enough to join us. Hey, if you're looking for some new gear, the blueandorange.com can help you out. We're going to show you some live warm-ups. We got a lot going on here as well for Boise State. The blueandorangestore.com. There's a camera guy in our way right now. Maybe Colin, we can show the other team, or see if that guy moves here in a minute. We'll just see what's going on. But the blueandorangestore.com, check them out. Free shipping, any order over $40. That's right. Any order over $40 gets you free shipping at the Blue and Orange store. And then you can also get the second floor there, obviously, at the Boise Town Square Mall. You can head in there and get all the gear and get ready for March Madness that way. BouscherRealEstate.com. Matt Bouscher, Bouscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bouscher. Check him out, BouscherRealEstate.com. We got a lot going on. We're going to hear from Leon Rice as well, but I do want to give one more shout out. If you're looking for a job, check out TransComService.com. Transportation Compliance Service, complete trucking compliance management. They can get you all the permits and overweight permits, DOT permits, everything you need to get out there towing that first load in no time. And I'm talking the Amazon truck in your neighborhood, the big rig on your screen, everything in between. Check them out, TransComService.com. We bring you back here in our setup. It's a nice little setup, actually. We're in the concourse. We got fans walking by, getting ready. We're about 40 minutes from tip-off or so. You can see, looks like UNLV on the court warming up there. Apologize for a little bit of the grainy video, but UNLV is warming up at their end of the court. We do have some Mountain West rules we're having to abide by in terms of what we can show and things. So that's why we're broadcasting up here from the concourse, but it's actually kind of nice up here. They have TVs. We'll be able to watch the second game as well, and be able to give you the updates and things. We will have a full post-game show, full Lithia 4 to Boise post-game show coming up after the game, about 30 minutes after the game or so. We got some comments. We want to know where you're watching from tonight. Please let us know where you're watching from. What's your score prediction? Are you nervous about tonight's game? You know, the Vegas line is like 5.5, but KenPom.com only projects Boise State to win by 2 points. So that's pretty surprising that the KenPom and the betting line is that far off, but only a 2-point win according to the computer model. So it's going to be a close one tonight, according to Ken Pomeroy and what he does. You got Sam saying Nevada just threw away an NCAA bid. That's fun. San Jose State really did it. Nice job, Reno. Spartan's going to be a tough out in the tournament. If San Diego State was going to ruin my parlay, they could have just lost while they did it. Yeah, that was a very close game, but it seems like that happens every year where San Diego State kind of messes around with the number in the quarterfinal game, lets the 8 or 9 seed hang around, and then makes the plays down the stretch to win the game, and that's certainly what happened. Colorado State put up quite a fight, but in the end, Boise State was able to get the win. San Diego State gets the win, and they'll play San Jose State in the second game. The Spartans get the win. Nate asking about UNR's bubble pop. Yeah, I see no scenario now where Nevada can get in the NCAA tournament. They were already on the bubble, and they lost 3 games in a row. So I think Nevada is going to be a 1 or 2 seed probably in the NIT here moving forward. You can see Boise State warming up on the court. They're going with the white uniforms tonight. Boise State will be in the white uniforms at Thomas and Mack Center. It is a new session here, so they basically kicked out the fans, had them turn around, and then they're going to bring them right back in. So it's a quick turnaround to try to get some of the trash cleaned up, and then they have new fans coming right back into the arena. A lot of the same fans. You just have to buy a new ticket to come back into the arena for the second session of the day. Let's see. I was hoping Nevada would win to make things a little tougher for San Diego State. I don't know. San Jose looks pretty good. I think they'll give San Diego State a game tomorrow night with how they're playing. Any chance the conference getting 6? Nevada from the media sounds like they're in. San Jose State wins the tournament. New Mexico makes the final. James, I love you, man. I appreciate you commenting on the shows, but no chance. No chance they get 6. No chance they even get 5. And I'll be honest, I don't think there's a chance they get 4 unless it's San Jose or New Mexico winning the tournament, because I think San Diego State's in, I think Boise State's in, and I think Utah State gets in. So I think the only way it's 4 is if one of the other teams wins the tournament, and that could push a team like Utah State out. We'll have to see. Michael says grew up going to events at the Thomas and Mack Center, went to the circus here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they have the circus. They do the National Finals Rodeo. NBA Summer League is here. There's a lot of events that they do here at the arena. Curtis agrees with me, saying San Jose can hang with the Aztecs, he thinks. So, yeah, that's that I think is one that certainly could happen if that happens. That'll be 6:30. The times are brutal tomorrow. Just get used to it, guys. I apologize, but the times are absolutely brutal tomorrow. The first quarterfinal game in Boise starts at 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 is the first game. Boise State's game, if they win tonight, would start at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. Yes, 10 p.m. Mountain Time. Midnight Eastern is the game time there. So, again, let's see if San Jose can hit the free throws. Are going to be tough. We got some nice comments for Jeremiah Dickey here. He's great for BSU. Hopefully he sticks around. Love JD. Thank you for all your efforts and what you're building. Dylan, love me some Broncos. Love JD. Let's see here. Kareem the Dream's kind of key for tonight. Got to get on the boards. They got a couple of big guys in there that do pretty well on the offensive glass and on the board. So going to have to be a physical team tonight and get some rebounds and going to have to limit Harkless. I mean, this dude had 35 yesterday, but he was limited to like 15 and 16 in the 2 games against Boise State. So Boise State's done a pretty good job, as Abe said, defending Harkless this year. I would assume Chibuzo Abo starts on him. We'll see. But you can't get in foul trouble either. You can't let him get going downhill and get Abo in foul trouble, and all of a sudden he's on the bench. I mean, that would not be a recipe for success in this game tonight. Let's see. Josh Curran watching in Cleveland, Texas. He says Boise wins by 8. Of course, we had a comment about bring wrestling back from Ashley English there. I don't think we've done an interview with Jeremiah Dickey where someone didn't mention the baseball wrestling thing, which, by the way, he had nothing to do with. That was done before he left. That was the previous athletic director. 74-68 is Ryan McCollum. Curtis has 71-67. The Broncos winning tonight. Dallas-Fort Worth, we appreciate you for checking in, Kendrick. Greg says BSU defense will be the key to victory tonight. White uniforms, okay, 77-70. Well, they are the home team, so they get to wear the white uniforms as the home team. Sam says 3 from the Mountain West may not even happen if Utah State loses. That is certainly possible. They may get stuck with 2, but I do think, by the way, Nevada losing is probably good for Boise State, because I know Boise State was already above them on the list, but I think it just kind of solidifies Boise State as being higher up and is a team that's probably going to get in. If Nevada would have gotten to the finals or something and then Boise State lost tonight, crazier things maybe have happened. Chad's got 70-65 is his prediction. Sam is feeling 76-62. So a lot of you guys are feeling this 4 or 5 point win. So you're thinking right about with the spread, and you're thinking that Boise State is going to be in for a battle tonight. Nate's got Boise State pulling away late for a 68-61 win. Dayton's got 65-62. So we will see what the actual score is. And again, keep them coming. We'll take your score predictions. We got a couple minutes left. We got to be off in about 7 minutes to get things ready for the CBS Sports Network broadcast. But we got a few minutes left here. I do want to thank a couple of our final sponsors. If you're looking for business insurance, United Commercial Insurance, check them out. UnitedCommercialInsurance.com, 229-8222, the best in business insurance. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. Make sure you check them out, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. You're looking for a dentist? How about Boise Dentistry Co.? Those are my kids on the screen there. They love going over to see Dr. Miner and his staff. They do a tremendous job. Friendly staff, all the newest technology, 5 locations across the Treasure Valley. Find one near you at BoiseDentistryCo.com. And the best part is it's full family dentistry. So your kids, your parents, the whole family can go sign up and go back to back and be done with it. And I highly recommend it at BoiseDentistryCo.com. Ridleys Family Markets, download their app, shopridleys.com. They got 13 locations in the state of Idaho. Make sure you check them out. Go download the Ridleys app on your smartphone and save up to 40% in store. I love that Kuna location. Love the McCall location as well when we go up there. So shopridleys.com. You can find a location near you. Another quick shout out for our golf tournament. We got good viewership here. So if you're checking us out for the first time, thank you. And second of all, if you play golf, we'd love to have you. We sold 2 more foursomes last night at the golf tournament. So our friend Melinda Draper and her husband, they both took a foursome. So we're running low, but we got some left. If you want in, it's June 2nd. It's at Timberstone Golf Course. And we got a lot of cool announcements we'll be making in the next few weeks here about participants, some of the free things we're giving away, a lot of that stuff. So a lot going on, and we would love to have you join us June 2nd for the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament. I see Angie Duryea walking in, the wife of Tim Duryea. I see some other people walking in behind me, so it's going to be a fun, festive atmosphere tonight. Boise State had a nice crowd for the San Jose game, so I would assume they'll have a big crowd tonight. But if you want in on the golf tournament, by the way, BroncoNationNews.com, BroncoNationNews.com, click on the golf tab. All you got to do, click on the golf tab, and you can get more information there, and you better hurry up because we don't have a ton of spots left. But if you want to play with some other BNN fans, subscribers, some local coaches, some players, you're going to know a lot of the people there. It's going to be a lot of fun. KTIK is going to be broadcasting again, so we're looking forward to that as well. Another live look courtside. You can see Boise State warming up on the court. There's Burke Smith letting a 3 go. I wonder what the over-under for Burke Smith scoring a point tonight would be in Las Vegas if there was some book that offered points for Boise State players. I wonder what odds you could get on Burke Smith trying to score a point tonight. There is Elijah Harkless right there on the right of your screen. He's the best player on UNLV, 35 points in their game yesterday. He is going to be a lot of problems tonight for Boise State. So you see Elijah Harkless, and that's the key main guy Boise State's going to have to find a way to try to stop in this game tonight. So let's hear from Leon Rice. Leon Rice talked about UNLV and playing them, and here's Boise State's coach on the matchup with UNLV.
Well, they've been a terrific team coming off a huge win at Nevada, something that no other team was able to do in our league, and that's impressive. So they've had really, really impressive moments throughout the year, and they're a very, very talented team, and when they're playing good, they're as good as anybody in this league. And, it's time of year when everyone's going to try to be playing good because you're lose and go home. So that's the fun of the tournament. And, we'll be playing the home team, and, it's our guys are excited to play, though.
What was the key to success in your 2 previous matchups with them this year?
Well, they were 2 really different games. The one down here, and then it was a long time after the one at our place. The one at our place was more of a grinder game, and, we got a little bit of a lead. They hit some shots down the stretch, and, we made a lot of threes at their place last time. But, both games were, the one at their place, the score got away at the end, but it was a, 5-point game and a half, and then both games were actually, and we just got a little bit hot in the second half.
What kind of challenges Harkless offer?
Yeah, what a player, 35 today and half their points. He kind of had that look today of a guy that wasn't going to let it end. And that's what it takes this time of year, is a talented player who can get that look. And, he certainly delivered today.
My understanding is that this counts from the net and all that.
There's Leon Rice, and by the way, this does count, as I was asking there on the next question, this does count as a quad 2 game, and for Boise State's metrics, this counts as a true road game for Boise State, because it is UNLV playing in their home floor, even though this is I guess it's their home court, not their home arena, not necessarily the same floor. They do have a new floor down, but because Boise State's playing in their home arena, or UNLV is, this counts as a road game for Boise State and a home game for UNLV today, which does help the metrics, so to speak. So we got to get out of here. We got some rules we can't break for the Mountain West. We appreciate you guys for checking us out. Again, Lithia, Florida, Boise, ICCU, Idaho Central Credit Union, and rowpaint.com, our major sponsors. Please support the sponsors. These free shows are not possible without you supporting the sponsors. So please do that and let them know that you appreciate their advertising with Bronco Nation News. We'll be back about 30 minutes after the game. We'll have some interviews. The locker room's actually open, so we'll get some extra interviews. So assuming Boise State wins and you want to have some fun and hear from some players and hear from Coach Rice, we'll have a full post-game show, probably like an hour-long post-game after the game. So give us about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll get all the interviews done and get them in the system. I would say somewhere around 8:45 probably. 8:45 down here, 9:45 back in Boise. We'll fire up the YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Very easy, just youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. Just go subscribe on YouTube, and that's where we'll be going on the post-game show about 30 to 45 minutes after the game ends. And so hopefully it's a good game for Boise State, and then a happy post-game, and we'll have highlights and analysis and interviews and all kinds of stuff. And then we will, heads up, have a show tomorrow. Jay Tust will join me. We'll be out at Stadium Swim again at Circa Resort and Casino. We'll be out there tomorrow. And by the way, BNN has a cabana at Stadium Swim tomorrow. So if you are down in Las Vegas and you are staying at the D or Circa, you can come hang in the BNN cabana tomorrow all day and watch games on TV and hang out in the pool while you wait till 9 o'clock for Boise State to play tomorrow. So let me know. Send me an email or a DM. I'll give you the details. But BNN has a cabana tomorrow to watch games and hang out. Would love to meet some of you guys and see you again if you're hanging out down here. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. 10 a.m. Mountain Time will be our live morning show with Jay Tust tomorrow from the pool at Stadium Swim. And then we'll have the post-game show as well tonight. So enjoy the game. Good luck to Boise State, and we'll talk to you post-game, win or lose, but hopefully a win for Boise State in a semifinal appearance for the second straight year. Wouldn't that be fun to talk about? It'll be about 45 minutes after the game ends right here on the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. So enjoy the game, have fun, and then have a cutwater with us on the post-game show. And we'll talk to you later tonight. Full coverage, BroncoNationNews.com. We'd love to have you subscribe there as well. $6.99 a month, $70 for the full year. You get all kinds of exclusive content, a daily email, all kinds of great stuff. So I would love to have you subscribe, and we'll talk to you after the game. Follow us on social media at BNN Bronco Nation on Twitter. You can follow Colin and myself as well. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're everywhere. So subscribe to all of our channels, and we'll talk to you after the game. Good luck to Boise State. This has been the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show for Colin Mitchell. My name is BJ Rains. We'll talk to you on the postgame show here at Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.